where the anger continues on the ground following the alleged sexual assault of two kindergarten girls by a 24-year-old school janitor in Badlapur. The accused is currently in custody, but the parents claim there was a delay in filing the FIR, which happened 3 days after the incident. They are demanding the death penalty for the accused. The government has sent the case to a fast-track court and handed it to Special Public Prosecutor Ujjwal Nikam. Around 4 local police officials, including those who delayed the filing of the FIR, have also been suspended. The school principal and staff have also been suspended for failing to create a safe environment for children and not taking the lead to register a case. An NCPCR team will also be visiting Badlapur. While the investigation continues, a Maharashtra Bandh has also been called by the Mahavikas Aghadi on 24th of August. Beyond the protests and the war of words, the question remains: has the case exposed the systemic problems in tackling sex crimes in India?
Sexual assault case where two minors basically complained to their parents that the person who basically was connected with the school and working as a contract laborer, working as a cleaner or the sweeper, has sexually assaulted them.
जे काही करता येईल आणखी कठोर ते सरकार करेल. कुणालाही सोडणार नाही, कुणालाही पाठीशी घालणार नाही. कोणीही आलं याच्यामध्ये तरी सुद्धा यामध्ये जे दोषी आहेत त्यांच्यावर कठोर कारवाई केली जाईल. आंदोलन होतं हे पॉलिटिकल मोटिवेटेड होतं असं माझं म्हणणं आहे. कारण इतक्या फटाफट कधी आंदोलन जेव्हा होतं ते स्थानिक लोक असतात, तिथं स्थानिक लोक हाताच्या बोटावर मोजणे इतके होते.
जो कार्रवाई जो हुई है, सरकार ने जो कार्रवाई में दुर्गाई की उसमें की है, उसका हम निषेध करते हैं. सरकार इस बातों को दबा रही है.
Let me introduce our esteemed panelists today. I'm joined in by Mr. Anish Gawande, who is the national spokesperson of the NCP Sharad Pawar camp. Also joined in Charu Pragya, in fact, continues to stay with us, the spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Charu, of course, my first question is bound to be over here, where the opposition, especially the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has said that why must justice be left to the will of the police and the administration? Clearly, he was raising questions about what explains the delay in filing that FIR in the Badlapur case.
Absolutely. Let me begin by first saying very clearly, Akanksha, that we cannot distinguish between cases of molestation, sexual assault, rape or murder depending on the geography of that case. This is as horrifying, if not worse, than what has happened in Kolkata. But the problem here is selective political outrage. In Badlapur, we have seen quick political action. We have seen the police chief being transferred out immediately. We have seen the principal, the teacher and the attendant being fired. We have seen a public prosecutor being appointed immediately, and with the new laws, if the special public prosecutor manages to pull off this case in record time like he intends to, he has said that very distinctly, this person is not going to be spared. But you're focusing on Badlapur, you forget to look at what happened in Akola today. You focus on Badlapur, you forget to look at what happened today in another part of Mumbai. Why this extreme selectivism when it comes to cases of rape and the way you're dealing with it? Compare it to Kolkata. I don't think that we have minced any words when we take responsibility for what has happened. Yes, it is our responsibility. Yes, the girls and their families deserve justice, and we will ensure to get it. When the lapses happened, heads have ruled. In Kolkata, you're protecting those very heads. In Kolkata, you throw the victim under the bus and you stand in front of the accused, and I have a problem with that. I have a problem with every single political party which comes out to support one case and not the other.
Anish, this is exactly what I had already planned to ask, which Charu has already posed, the selective outrage coming from the opposition. Even Rahul Gandhi yesterday very conveniently deflected questions when he was pointedly asked about... Charu, that's the question I'm exactly... Yes, Kolkata. He said that do not distract me when he was asked Kolkata. But today there's been a very, a response which has been shared at length about Badlapur, which I am glad that he's called out. But why that selective outrage? Why always club Bengal with, say, Uttar Pradesh, with a Bihar? Why?
Akanksha, firstly, thank you so much for having me on your show. And I wish it had been under different circumstances, that my first time was speaking about a case as horrifying as this and a sort of larger problem of sexual violence across the country. To start off with, categorically, let me state that my party unequivocally condemns any incident of sexual assault and sexual violence across the country. There can be no ifs or buts, and I agree with Charu when she says that these cases do not have a geographic or political location. That being said, I want to also say that our party has highlighted all four sort of incidences that have happened over the course of the last 3 days. Mr. Jitendra Avhad, one of our senior party leaders, was one of the first to call for a Maharashtra Bandh on the 24th to deal exactly with this, to go beyond the individual headlines, to point towards a systemic problem in Maharashtra. Over the last 10 years, cases of crimes against children have tripled. Cases of crimes against women have doubled. The government has been sleeping on the job, unfortunately. We've seen repeated amounts of political inaction that have driven political parties to go onto the streets. You ask why Badlapur? Badlapur was a spontaneous sort of simmering resentment that was erupting onto the streets. That was the people of Maharashtra voicing their outrage at the fact that a woman who was pregnant was asked to wait for 12 hours at a police station, at the fact that it took 12 hours to file a POCSO case against sort of a person who had sexually assaulted 2 children, and the fact that over the last 2 years in Maharashtra, no action has repeatedly been taken on crimes against women, despite the fact the government pretends and portends to be the sort of savior of women through schemes like the Ladki Bahin scheme. Let me give you just one example before I sort of go on to the next question and let others speak as well. But in 2022, the government of Maharashtra, with much fanfare, had announced the Sakhi Savitri committees that were supposed to be set up in every school. They were supposed to have CCTV cameras, they were supposed to protect children, and they were supposed to do every single thing that Education Minister Deepak Kesarkar is promising to do today. He said the exact same things 2 years ago. There has been no action on the matter. How are you supposed to trust the political will of a government?
All right. Anish, I've given you ample time to speak, and I'm going
100%.
to have... I'll be ending with Charu's thoughts. And while you take that rebuttal from Anish, I'd also like you to address what Mahua Moitra had to say. She said that the ED and CBI are only reserved for opposition ruled states. Why isn't the governor of Maharashtra flying to Delhi? Why isn't the CBI taking over? Also, of course, raising questions at the judiciary of the country.
Right, and that is what is unfortunate, because here I can very logically ask that Alka Lamba decides to take a delegation of protesters to Maharashtra, but she cannot do the same for Kolkata. Why is that? Is the incident in Maharashtra hurting her more because it's not her party? I really don't know what is the case, and because Anish's party is in an alliance with the Congress, I would urge him to speak to Alka Lamba and say that while you're visiting Maharashtra, please go visit Kolkata as well. Please go visit Kolkata and advise protesters not to be stone pelting. You are stopping essential services. You're harming the public living in that region. That shouldn't happen. As for reporting of cases in 2018, when amendments were made to the act which dealt with the penalty for rape of children, it has become very strict and it's become easier to complain now. It's as simple as that, Anish. You need to keep that into mind. Now it is going to be
Yet
life
conviction rates
imprisonment
remain
or death.
20%.
It is not like before. It has to be dealt with within 2 months. Fast track courts are a compulsion. It's not like before that these cases are dragged on and brushed under the carpet time and time again. Yes, deal with what happened at Badlapur, but while you're at it, deal with it in Kolkata as well.
All right. Many thanks to you, Charu and Anish, for joining in on CNN News 18. Thank you for keeping it a civil discussion. Having said that, Badlapur or Kolkata, the fact of the matter remains that women across generations in India are still not safe. We also have spoken to renowned and veteran actor Poonam Dhillon. Let's listen in to what she has to say. Many thanks to you, Poonam ji, for joining in on CNN News 18. The need for speedy justice and the need to fast track this entire case as far as the Badlapur sexual assault case is concerned. I'd like your thoughts, Poonam ji.
Well, I think suddenly there seems to be a huge kind of a spate of such cases which are coming to our light. it's shocking. It's very appalling. And small children, they have to stop now. For now, they can stop blaming women for how they dress, how they're provocating, how they're going out in the night. I mean, these are children going to their school in their school buses. I mean, it cannot be a safer environment than that. And there, these heinous things are taking place. I mean, if you actually go and Google the amount of cases which have happened, it is absolutely shocking. It is appalling, and it is heartbreaking what is happening. What has happened in our country, and why are laws not taking speedy cognizance of these things? And the justice should be done immediately. There should not be long drawn out cases, long justice things. Certain things have to be made as immediate reaction, and immediate justice has to be meted out to those
What
people.
do you make of the commonalities in both the cases, whether it is the Kolkata gruesome rape and murder case or the cases of sexual assault in Badlapur? Because, these are the commonalities. Both the cases, there's been an alleged delay in the filing of the FIR. The principals have not, shouldered their responsibilities. Both the accused were either part of the institution or had access to the institution. What does it speak of the kind of systemic violence in our society that spans across generations?
Actually, what shocks me is there's no sense of fear of being caught and being punished. What kind of society are we living in that people think they'll get away with such kind of stuff? We have to put the fear of punishment, and such strict punishment कि जैसे कहते हैं your blood should boil at the idea of thinking, if I do this wrong, I will be so strictly punished and my life will totally be changed after that. They cannot get away with this. We react to every sort of crime and we expect justice to be given. This is the worst of the worst crimes, and on people who are totally in their place of work, in a safe environment. And when it is done from an inside person, I think there cannot be any worse situation than this. And we as a society have to take cognizance. Our justice system, our people at the helm of the institution, whether it's a school or a hospital, I mean, we don't want it to be happening in other institutions. I was reading about a nurse in UP and Jodhpur somewhere, and then somebody else. What is happening?
Right.
I come from a family of doctors, and I know my sister used to be on night shifts, and they used to be out for whole nights doing duty. I mean, if you can't be safe in such environment, and today also, yesterday actually, historically, the HEMA committees also come out with a report which has happened in Kerala about the sexual assaults or the various things which were meted out to artists. So there's environment everywhere has to be made safe. As a place of work, wherever we go, whether it's a studio or a shooting or an outdoor or a hospital or a school, a woman has to be protected and safe. And it is a mindset of the men which needs to change.
No, and that's why I want to, in fact, highlight on the need for safety versus need for protection. Perhaps women over there who are protesting are not demanding protection. They are demanding that safer environments right from the beginning, when they step out of their houses, when they begin from those kindergartens, from schools over to colleges and, of course, their workplaces, that safety has to be ensured. But having said that, don't you think that this has to be a holistic and collective approach, because the need for stricter laws was already addressed back in the year 2012 when the Nirbhaya case happened? Where have been the lapses?
Well, I think there have been lapses at various stages. Firstly, the fear has to be put in so strongly into a person's mind, a man's mind, that if he indulges in such an act, the punishment, he will not be protected from his own organization or any society. The punishment has to be given very, very stringently and strongly, and cannot be any excuse for it. So I think that itself, the fear of the result of it has to be very strongly given. Obviously, people think if you are in a high political situation or a high stardom situation or a high position somewhere, you will get away with it. That thing should go away. That I will be privileged, I'll be protected. All those emotions have to be totally crushed and said, you will be as taxed as any other person. If it's a small person on the street, yes, they'll catch him and they'll punish him. But if it's any person in a high post, he gets away with it. He has influence. That cannot be the case.
Do you think, Poonamji, I'd like to end with your thoughts on capital punishment. Is that the need of the hour, and does India's judiciary now need to review its own stance when it comes to death penalty for rape and gender violence?
Absolutely. I think, death penalty is one thing, but there are other people have talked about castrating those guys. People have talked about acid being put on their violating organs and such things. They have to be for a man. Death is, I think, a release. It should be more, I would say, punishing than that. The guy should not be allowed to get away with it, and he should live with that thing. What he has meted out to the women, I mean, they've killed that young lady. She's a doctor, for God's sake, and she's there doing her job. And these kids are going to school. I mean, this punishment has to be capital. Yes, I am for capital punishment in such heinous cases, but I'm also for total, very, very strong,
All right.
physical punishment
All right.
to them.
Many thanks to you, Poonamji, for giving us your precious time.